Hey YouTube, Jim here. Welcome to Top 10 Archive. Though it's not always evident, humans can be a protective species, especially when it comes to things we often consider helpless. When an animal is intentionally killed in a manner considered senseless or needless, the internet breaks down and the offenders are vilified, often meeting a massive and unexpected backlash. We're taking a look at the strained relationship between Mother Nature and man, and that of man and himself, with these top 10 animal killings that sparked outrage. Number 10. Luciano Panzetto's Last Trophies. Luciano Panzetto started out as a mild-mannered veterinarian from Turin, Italy, but when he posted images of him standing proudly behind his trophy kills, he became internet famous. Just not the good kind of famous. A lion, a hog, a deer, and a ram were among Ponzetto's very public kills. After his images went viral through social media, Ponzetto received hate mail, and though he defended his actions, saying they were legal and was defended by the Veterinarians Guild, the public rage continued. A hate campaign followed, calling for Ponzetto's death. The rage was all for naught, however, as he fell 100 feet or roughly 30 meters to his death in December of 2016 while hunting birds. Number 9. Topsy. Though Thomas Edison is credited with the killing of an Asian elephant named Topsy in January of 1903, the anger and outrage over her execution belongs to Frederick Thompson and Elmer Dundee. To execute the elephant, which was said to have been involved in the death of a spectator that threw a lit cigar into her mouth in 1902, Topsy was poisoned, strangled, and electrocuted in front of a crowd of invited guests and reporters. While the outrage wasn't immediate, Topsy's death eventually caught the attention of Americans. In 2013, Michael Daly published Topsy, the startling story of the crooked-tailed elephant, P.T. Barnum, and the American wizard, Thomas Edison, which chronicled the cruelty behind Topsy's death and the men behind it. Number 8. Sabrina Corgatelli's Hunt. It seems strange to hunt an animal that's not only defenseless but also as majestic and beautiful as a giraffe. That's probably why Sabrina Corgatelli received quite a bit of backlash after posting images of her leaning against a giraffe she had just shot. Maybe further inciting rage was her words associated with the image, as she described it as an amazing animal and that she couldn't be any happier. Corgatelli immediately saw an increase in social media activity as people called her deranged, callous, ugly, and pathetic. To make matters worse, Corgatelli continued to post her trophies, goading her haters with images of a warthog, impala, and kudu. Number 7. Kendall Jones's Big Game. If you're going to piss off the world, you might as well take it all the way, or so was the mantra of Texas Tech cheerleader Kendall Jones, who started getting plenty of attention after posting pictures of herself posing with a collection of African wildlife. From lions to zebras to monkeys to crocodiles, Jones claims that her trophy hunting is a means of conservation, though her critics disagree with her definition of conserving. So what did Jones do when she found herself on the wrong side of a Kill Kendall Facebook page? She launched her own YouTube series titled Game On. Since her photos went public, Kendall has had multiple petitions posted against her, including one to ban her from hunting in Africa. To throw more fuel on the fire, Kendall started a search for the hottest hunter. Number 6. Ariana Gourdin's African Prize. There was once a time when children were impossible to despise. They were cute, obedient, mostly quiet. But all of that has changed, and now we have children like 13-year-old Ariana Gourdin. At the age of 12, Ariana received plenty of attention when she took to social media with a selection of photos of her posed with African beasts like a giraffe, zebra, and wildebeest. At such a young age, the kempt preteen received labels like murderer and disgusting. To make matters worse, Ariana has defended her actions, calling the kill of a zebra her dream hunt, and stated on Good Morning America that hunting was something she cherished. Making things worse for the 12-year-old was the International Fund for Animal Welfare, who spoke out against her recreational activity. Number 5. The Controversy of Melissa Bachman. When it comes to hunting, Melissa Bachman has become the face of female hunters. As host of Winchester Deadly Passion, Bachman's favorite pastime has been in the public eye. But it wasn't until she took to Facebook and Twitter to gloat about her latest trophies that she received her greatest backlash. In November of 2013, Bachman posted an image of herself by a dead lion, exclaiming an incredible day hunting. What followed was an outrage that captured the attention of animal activist and comedian Ricky Gervais, who was sure to put Bachman on blast, and a petition to have her removed from South Africa. Unlike many hunters that came under fire from the public, Bachman has done her best to remain silent about the anger. Number 4. The Hamilton Island Genocide. Hamilton Island in Queensland, Australia is a popular resort destination and residential area that had quite the peculiar problem. According to the resort manager, the local population of brush-tailed possums, sulfur-crested cockatoos, Teresian crows, kookaburra, pied currawongs, and wallabies posed a danger to the resort and its visitors. With approval by the Queensland Department of Environment and Heritage Protection, a total of 1,000 of the pesky critters were killed. Management may have been happy, but social media told a different story. Tourists threatened to boycott the resort, and its Twitter feed became an outcry of hate and disgust. Number 3. Marius. At the Copenhagen Zoo, apparently it doesn't take much to wind up on the wrong end of a slaughterhouse bolt gun. Marius was an 18-month-old giraffe that had no recorded medical issues and had only one flaw. He was genetically unfit to breed within the zoo. Claiming Marius wouldn't be able to breed in any zoo or program across Europe, the decision to euthanize was made. In front of a crowd of people, Marius was killed and then butchered to be fed to the zoo's lions. As you can expect, the public wasn't too keen on how the situation was handled, and much of the zoo staff had their lives threatened. Despite the zoo's claims that there were no options for Marius, the Yorkshire Wildlife Park and the Netherlands Wildlife Park offered sanctuary for the giraffe. Number 2. Cecil. It seemed to be the incident that started all of the anti-hunting outrages. In 2015, Minnesota dentist and game hunter Walter Palmer had embarked on a hunt in Zimbabwe's Hwange National Park when his eyes fell on Cecil, a 13-year-old male lion. It was the prize he had paid $55,000 to hunt. But once Palmer had bagged, beheaded, and skinned Cecil, a terrible truth came out that outraged the world. Cecil was a protected lion, and Palmer had paid money to bribe local guides to take him on the hunt. Palmer's business received heaps of negative attention on Yelp and Facebook, and his own social media erupted into death threats and hate. In November of 2016, charges filed against Palmer for illegally hunting Cecil the lion were dropped. Number 1. Harambe. It all started when 3-year-old Isaiah Gregg got away from his mother and found his way through the barricade that surrounded a gorilla at the Cincinnati Zoo. The gorilla, 17-year-old Harambe, took note of the boy's presence and started toying with him by the enclosure's moat. Though Harambe didn't seem to intend to hurt Isaiah, the gorilla did drag the child around in a dangerous manner. Zoo officials made the quick decision to shoot Harambe, fearing tranquilizers would just anger him. In view of the public, Harambe was killed and the public flew into a tizzy. Though there was a clear line between those who sympathized for the gorilla and those that didn't, the outrage drowned out the indifference, with a bulk of the anger and blame being pointed toward the child's mother. Though many have called to have her prosecuted, the frenzy eventually subsided, and Harambe has since become an internet meme.